The Broncos have signed a tight end, Evan Engram, after bringing him in for a visit at the beginning of the week. It's a 2-year, $23 million contract, $16.5 million guaranteed. I'm not shocked. I'm a little surprised just because after the visit, he went to go visit with the Chargers, and a lot of times that might signal maybe the visit didn't go super duper well since he left without a contract, but it went well enough, I suppose, for the Broncos to decide, all right, let's get this done. Now, on yesterday's episode, we looked at 2 trade targets for the Broncos, Mark Andrews, Dallas Goedert. Maybe Denver made an offer or made at least put out a feeler with Baltimore and Philly, and the asking price was too high, so they decided, let's go with Evan Engram instead. We don't have to give up any draft capital for him. My overall thoughts and takeaways, though, on the signing, I'm going to be a half-glass full guy about it. I don't think I'll probably be the leader of the Evan Engram fan club. Like, this was a terrific home run signing by the Broncos. I don't want to be a rain cloud, but I'm also not going to probably gaslight and just fill everyone's tires with Evan Engram is a A-plus signing. No, I love the Dre Greenlaw signing. I like the Talanoa Hufanga signing. I like the Engram signing. Now, I'm going to say something that is widely disagreed with online, but I don't care. I don't think this is Sean Payton's Joker. I think some people took Sean Payton's Joker line a little bit too simplistic and thought, oh, any tight end or running back can be his Joker. That's not what I envisioned when Sean Payton said he looks for a Joker and I think about Evan Engram. I think Evan Engram is a fantastic red zone target. I don't think he is like a waste of space in the middle of the field, but no, I don't know if this really is Sean Payton's Joker to transcend the offense. I think it's just a really good tight end. I think it's an improvement from the 3 tight ends you had last year in Lucas Kroll, Nate Atkins, and Adam Trotman. I think you improved your roster. I still think the Broncos in the draft are going to try and really find that Joker. Now, Engram, you go back 2 years ago when he was fully healthy with the Jags, maybe the best year of his career, nearly 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Last year, unfortunately, an injury basically kept him off the field for half the season and a very small amount of yardage and production, 365, 1 touchdown. Former first-round pick, right, by the New York Giants, and I think this is a move that Bo Nix is going to like, and the offense will improve from and benefit from because he simply had to improve the tight end position. And while I do think it's still a possibility they target tight end in round 1 of the draft, if we're power ranking positions that have the toughest time transitioning from college to the NFL, tight end's got to be towards the top of that list. Because college tight ends are not asked to just chip Max Crosby or Myles Garrett. No, that's not really part of their job description. So there is a learning curve for tight ends, maybe more so than other positions, when going to the league. So getting Engram on a 2-year deal can kind of help bridge the gap for when you take that tight end and when they really start to become an effective player. Brock Bowers had no issue. There's a couple of guys who really just didn't skip a beat, and I think Tyler Warren could be one of those guys who just picks up right where he left off at Penn State, but maybe Colston Loveland really needs a year to develop and get with NFL game speed. And Engram signing a 2-year deal with $16.5 million guaranteed. If things don't go well, which I don't want to put that out there already, it could just be a 1-year, $16 million contract, and that's a good amount of investment for just 1 season. I don't expect Denver to have this mindset of we're going to get out after the first year, but we had to offer him a second year to get him to sign. No, I think Denver could, be interested in having Engram stick around for the full length of the contract, but I like the move. I'm not going to try and sell it off as this is a highway robbery signing or this is a home run. Denver just murdered this free agent signing, right? That sounded weird. Imagine they signed Aaron Hernandez and I said that. But Denver just killed this. You know what I mean? Fill in your own Mad Lib for it. I'm not quite there for this, but I do like it in general. Now, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. When Evan Engram signs, when anyone signs, we're going to get a video out to you. So if you have not already, I invite you to scroll down, click the sub button. If you don't enjoy the content, you're always welcome to unsubscribe after a few days. It's completely free, but give us a shot. I promise you won't regret it. If you do, money back. So scroll down, click the subscribe button for more Broncos free agent coverage. So talking more about Engram, but just the offense in general and what this means moving forward. As for the draft, as I said earlier, I don't think this is going to have a major altering effect on it. What I do think this could mean is it provides a level of insurance for Denver that if they can't get Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland, they at least have a veteran they can fall back on. And that's a pretty good safety net. Because as we get closer to the draft, I'm starting to really be under the mindset that Warren and Genty may not even leave the top 10. Now, it is the draft, so I don't want to say anything definitively. I think anyone that says things definitively outside of guys that are going to go first, second, or third overall are somewhat silly because no one expected not a single defender to go in the first 14 picks of the draft last year. So there's always craziness in the draft, but as of March 12th at 2:35 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm thinking Genty's a Raider and Warren might be a Jet. And if that happens, a lot of people thought, well, if they can just get Warren past the Colts at 13, he could fall to Denver at 20. Now it might be Colston Loveland at 13. So this does provide a safety net, as I said, for the Broncos, that if they can't get the tight end they were really hoping for in round one, they've got a good veteran. And if they do, more the merrier, right? I don't think there's going to be a problem with Evan Engram and Tyler Warren being on this roster. I'm sure Sean Payton can figure out a great way to pair those two together. So Engram to the Broncos. Give me your grade on this, by the way. Would you give it an A, B, C, D, or F? I'm going to give it a B grade. I gave Greenlaw and Hufanga A grades. This is a B grade. I'm not going to try and pretend like this is as exciting of a signing to me as the Niners signings were, but we've seen plenty of production from Engram, and not too long ago, it's always nice for a young quarterback to have a rock-solid tight end that they can lean on, and hopefully Bo Nix has that now in Engram because he did not have that with any of his tight ends last year. So I like this move, but I don't think we should look at it as the savior for Sean Payton's Joker quest. Now, before we sign off, one last question here. Do you think Denver's going to go undefeated in the AFC West? They swept the Raiders last year. They split it with the Chiefs, and they got swept by the Chargers. 6-0 seems like a bit of a mouthful, a lot to chew off here, but if you feel like Sean Payton and Bo Nix in that second year together are really going to take a big step forward, maybe it starts with dominating in the division. So there it is. Evan Engram, 2 years, $23 million. The Broncos have made 3 notable external signings now. Talanoa Hufanga from the 49ers. Dre Greenlaw from the 49ers as well. Evan Engram from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Handful of re-signings. Trent Sherfield comes over from the Vikings to play special teams and a little bit of wide receiver. Appreciate everyone for watching with us. Like I said earlier, if you enjoy the content, subscribe. Give us a like down below too, and I'll see everyone next time.